There are things that you should never say to a woman, no matter how long y'all been together, no matter how rich you think you are, no matter how good looking you think you are. Because from the day you've decided to cross that path, one or two things are going to happen. One, you're probably going to put a permanent dent on the relationship that you won't be able to remove. Two, you might hurt the person so bad to the point where it could be the end of the relationship. Which brings me to today's video. 4 things you should never say to a woman. 4 things you should never say to a woman. What's going on, beautiful people? Welcome to Peace, Love, Happiness 101. On this channel, we give relationship advice. If this is something that you're into, be sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell because we've got a lot to talk about. You should never talk about a woman's weight. Yes. No matter what it is, you should never bring a woman's weight. Let's say that this person been with you for the past 10 to 15 years. Let's say that this is the person who've actually carried your kids. Let's say this person been supporting you, helping you build the empire that you love, supporting you, listening to you, be a good woman to you. The worst thing you ought to do is to keep bringing a weight. And I know sometimes after being with the person for the past 10 to 15 years, sometimes we might have a different vision of what we want the woman to look like. But sometimes the person could be so busy being in a relationship to the point where they don't even think about what they are looking like outside of the relationship. Sometimes they are expecting you to support them to the point where however they look, you ought to love them the way they are. And that's why I always tell folks, do not fall in love with physical appearance. Fall in love because you understand this is the person you want to spend the rest of your life with. And I also understand where a lot of people are coming from when it comes to physical appearance. If you feel some type of way about it, you are not to initiate anything verbal to that woman. If you really want some changes, it's best to start doing things with her without telling her how you really feel. If you really want her to start losing weight or get back in shape, you could start initiating things by changing your diet, by investing in a treadmill. There are things that you could do around the person without having to make the person feel bad, without having to play with the person's self-esteem. And the worst thing about it is that sometimes you might be the only one feeling like the person might need to lose weight. Maybe the person feels like a weight matches her age. Some people are like that. And that's why you need to understand the consequences of those actions by utilizing a different approach. Because at the end, you don't want to be the reason why the person decided to walk away. All of you women are the same. Fellas, let me tell you something. The main reason you decided to get a girl is because she feels special to you. The main reason you decided to marry a woman is because she is special to you. The main reason you decided to have a woman carry your kids is because she is special to you. At least that's what I think. So from the point that you decided to say things like all of you women are the same, you automatically put her in the same basket with every woman who's done bad things to society. Yes, that's the situation. Anytime you feel comfortable to tell a woman, all of you women are the same, you are in more trouble than you can possibly think. And that's why I always tell folks, be mindful of what comes out of your mouth when you are angry. Be careful of what you say to your woman when you are angry. Because after the argument is over, the one thing that's gonna stay, the only thing that's gonna stick, on March 13th, 2021, my boyfriend, my husband told me that all of y'all women were the same. That's the problem. That's why you need to be careful from saying things like that. Regardless of you not meaning those words, the only thing they're going to remember is that you don't see them as special as they think they were to you. And that's a problem. And I've even heard petty stories where people would go to different direction because of things that were said to them in the middle of a relationship. And sometimes we don't really know what the person's thinking. Sometimes we don't know what the person's struggling with on the inside. And by you saying things like that, especially if they're expecting you to see them as the special someone they are to you, you're gonna put the relationship in a different direction. You're gonna hurt yourself by damaging the entire respect within the relationship. So the next time you feel the need to say something like that, don't say it. Just swallow it. Because whatever you don't say is never going to be heard. That's what my mom always told me. Whatever you don't say is never going to be heard. Despite the fact that you might want to say something, understand there are things, the minute you said them, the minute they are heard, the minute you voice that opinion, they are going to be in the air forever. And sometimes not making a woman feel so special could be the reason why she might be looking for somebody to make her feel special. And I know this is childish and I know this is petty, but within the course of relationships that I've seen, the one thing that I always remember is that words can actually hurt more than you think. Words could deviate the path of an entire relationship to the point where this relationship no longer exists. Don't ever tell a woman, all of you women are the same. The consequences of those words could actually hurt you more than you think. And that's something you should definitely think about. How do I know this is my baby? Fellas, let me stop right here. let me tell you something. And I have exceptions. But first, y'all have to understand, if you've been with a woman for the past 5, 10, 15 years, especially around the time where you didn't have anything, this woman been supporting you. This woman actually lowered a standard just to be with you. This woman was with you when you had zero. This woman understood everything that you were going through before you even become whoever you are right now. This is not the woman you want to say things like, is this baby mine? And I understand, sometimes people do things. Sometimes people say things. Sometimes people go different directions and make mistakes. I understand that. But if this is not your case, you are in no reason to ever ask a woman if this baby's mine. So by you opening your mouth and say things like, is this baby's mine, could be the end of the relationship. And like I said, there's definitely exceptions. Only if you know this is a good woman. Only if you know this is an honest woman. You cannot say things like that to a woman who's been consistent to you, a woman who's been honest to you, a woman who always trusted you, and a woman that you know you should be trusting to. You cannot say things like that to a woman who truly loves you, a woman who's been by your side from day one, a woman who's been supporting you when nobody wanted to support you. You cannot say things like that to a woman who's been down for you. You have to be mindful of what comes out of your mouth. If for any reason you feel some type of way about it, understand that you could check those things out by yourself. That's the easy route. I don't know what happened throughout your entire relationship. If for any reason you feel the need of checking it out, check it out by yourself. Do not ask people questions like, if this baby's mine. You do not want to find yourself in that situation. Because as difficult as a lot of people might think, there are some pretty good women out there. There are a lot of faithful women out there. And by you throwing things like, is this baby's mine, is gonna be not only hurtful, but gonna leave some major damages, especially around the time this person is pregnant. You don't want to be doing that. And by exceptions, I mean, if you know that this woman wasn't exclusive, yeah, that's different. You weren't exclusive with the person. Y'all weren't really in a relationship. Y'all were just having fun with each other. Something like that happened, I'm gonna ask questions. You already know that y'all were open. You were just doing anybody. That's basically what your relationship was all about. That point, that's understandable. That point, you are not being disrespectful. You just want to make sure that you got the right kid. But if this is your woman, if y'all already been exclusive for the past 2, 3, 5 years, you already know this woman only been with you for the past 3 to 5 years, fellas, do not make that mistake of hurting yourself to the point where you might not even be able to see your newborn child. That's how bad it could get. Sometimes it's best to see things a different way. If you do not feel comfortable with what's really happening, if you want to go ahead and check it yourself, that's up to you. You keep your secret, you do whatever you do, that's definitely up to you. But by you opening your mouth and ask questions like, is this baby's mine? You will understand by the time you ask that question, nothing good is going to come from there. And that's something you should definitely think about. The fourth and final one, I'm not in the mood. I'm not in the mood for a woman means a lot of things, except I'm not in the mood. A woman is capable of telling you I'm not in the mood. A woman is capable of telling you know what, I'm tired, I don't want to do it tonight. It's okay for a woman to tell you know what, I have to work tomorrow, I'm not going to be able to give it to you. But the minute you decide to tell a woman that you are not in the mood, that changes the entire operation, man. That changes the entire relationship. Because most women gonna think one thing: you are cheating. Yes. It's funny to think about it. It's funny to be saying it even. Just because I am tired, just because I had a long day, just because I have to work early tomorrow too, that could be one of the reasons why I don't want to do it. But for a woman, the minute they hear you say that you are not in the mood, that automatically changed the entire thing. And to be honest with you, the main reason why it changes the entire thing is because men always want sex. That's why. That's why when you tell a woman that you do not want to do it, you are sending all the bad signals to that woman. That's why when a man says things like that, it automatically triggers the wrong idea, because we are sexual beasts. There is no way we're gonna find sex for us to turn it down. I don't care how busy we've been. I don't care how tired we are. From the point that our woman decided to give it up to us, we're gonna take it no matter how. No matter the condition that we in, we're gonna take it. And that's why saying no to things like that could actually change the entire mindset. But the craziest thing about it is that sometimes after being in a relationship for a long time, sometimes it could be difficult to understand that the person understands the routine. The person understands this is what we do every Thursday. This is what we do every Friday. There's no reason on earth that the man is gonna turn down sex. That's basically the reality about it. And by you saying no to your woman automatically means that you're probably getting it somewhere else. By you saying no to her is that you are not attracted to her. By you saying no to her maybe last time when we had sex you didn't enjoy it. These are the type of things that go crazy inside of a woman's mind from the point that you decided to say things like, I'm not in the mood. So fellas, trying to understand your woman every day, trying to understand not to make those mistakes by using words that could actually hurt you more than you can possibly think. And I know there are a lot of people out there making the same mistake, saying that I'm very upfront. It's definitely okay to be honest in a relationship, but the way that you decide to show your honesty has absolutely nothing to do with it. Just because you are diplomatic with the way you show your honesty has absolutely nothing to do with being upfront. So the next time you feel the need to say things that could put dents on your relationship or even in your relationship, please don't. Just don't. So until you learn how to approach things differently, do not say things that's going to hurt your significant other to the point where it could be the end of your relationship. On that note, I hope that you guys enjoyed the video. If I've missed something in the process, feel free to let me know in the comments below. Until then, take care of yourselves and each other. Peace.